Good morning, Dave Guresso here. Most of us have a dream or a desire that we really want to move towards in our lives. And a lot of us are either afraid to move towards it or we just simply don't know how. So today I want to talk to you about three things that if you focus on these three things, I believe that you can have your dream or desire. Now, the road is not an easy road. I will say that ahead of time. This is not an easy road. It's not for the faint of heart. There is no person that gets these things on easy street. So let's just accept that as fact right now before we move into these three items. But to kick it off, I like acronyms. So I'm going to give you APM. APM. That stands for Anchor, Passion, Momentum. Again, that's APM, Anchor, Passion, Momentum. We need all three of these things if we're going to move forward towards our desires and our dreams, no matter how difficult they are. I believe if we stick with these three things, we can actually get to where it is that we're trying to go. All right, so let's start with anchor. All right, an anchor is the thing that you hold on to when you're fearful, when it feels like nothing's going the way you want it to, when you feel defeated, discouraged, like you're down and out, like everybody's against you. The anchor is the one thing that you hang on to. Now, I always recommend that an anchor should be unbreakable. Right? A lot of times we choose anchors, like let's take money, for instance. When we rely upon money as our anchor and then the money disappears, we've just lost our anchor. So we're going to feel stuck. That's not going to help us overcome fear. That's actually going to increase our fear because now we're lacking a resource. Right? That's a basic need. We can't necessarily make money our anchor. Now, I don't know what your anchor is, but for me personally, my anchor is specifically Jesus Christ. Without Jesus, I could not do the things that I do in my life. I would be fearful every day, and he is a constant reminder that I am loved, that I am cared for, and that I can have the desires of my heart because he truly cares for me, and everything I do is for him anyway. So when I stick with him, I can't lose, right? So my anchor is Jesus Christ. I want to challenge you to think about what or who is your anchor. But remember that your anchor can't be easily destroyed. Your anchor must be lasting because when the anchor falls away, right, you fall apart with it, right? So something to keep in mind. The next one is the P, passion. Right? So we talk a lot about passion today, but what exactly is passion? Well, passion is the thing that gets you really excited, makes you feel like you had a cup of coffee when you didn't, but it's also the thing that you're willing to sacrifice and even suffer pain for. When you care about something so much that you're willing to give all of yourself towards it, now that is a true marker of passion. Well, when you have a desire or something that you really, really want to do, there should be a level of passion that goes along with that. Without that passion, you'll always struggle, right? Let's say you have a job that isn't something that you really like doing, or you're just doing it to pay the bills, or whatever the reason may be, you're always going to have a hard time getting up in the morning. Some of you may know exactly what I'm talking about because you lack that passion that it really deals with the why. Why do you get up every morning? What is it that you're trying to do, and why does it matter? Without that why, you're not going to be willing to make the sacrifices necessary to move forward. So we've talked about anchor, we've talked about passion, and now let's talk about the final one, the M, momentum. Right? John Maxwell talks about this when he speaks of his law of the big Mo, which says that momentum is a leader's best friend. But why is this important? Well, momentum, let's say that your car stalled out on the side of the road and now you need to push it so that you can get it to a place where you can repair it. Well, momentum is, in the way that I'm speaking about it, is a lot like taking a vehicle stalled out on the side of the road, putting it in neutral, pushing it a football field's length, and then letting it roll down a hill. And so here's what I mean. When you start pushing that vehicle, it becomes extremely difficult. You have to put all your energy in just to get it moving. And then you finally get it moving and you're a little bit excited. Wow, okay, I got this thing moving. as you get about a quarter to a halfway down the football field, you realize all the energy you're exerting it becomes strenuous and difficult, and you're not sure if you can keep going because now it's difficult and hard. But if you can push past that and get to the end of that football, that 100 yards that you're pushing it, all of a sudden now there's a slow decline on the hill, and that car begins to roll and propel itself forward. Well, the momentum that's required in moving ourselves towards our desires, towards our dreams, towards the difficult things that we want to achieve in our lives is a lot like that, right? So are you willing to put the energy in to start moving? And then do you have the energy to keep going? Do you have the passion to keep going? Is your anchor there when you feel like giving up? All these things work together. So it's anchor, passion, momentum. If you stand by these things, you hold on to that anchor at all costs, you remember why you're doing it, that's the passion, and you keep the momentum, which means you don't stop, because if you do, you got to start that process all over again. If you do these three things, right, and you hold on to these three things, whatever it is that you desire, I believe that you can achieve that. And I hope you do too. So hopefully these things are helpful for you. Hope you all have a great day. I want you to stay encouraged. I love you all. Talk to you soon.